friends, my name is Mitch and welcome back to more No Retreat, the Russian front. So some mistakes from last video that we're going to correct on this one. First off, there's weather. You have different types of weather. You have clear, mud, snow, late winter. So we did round 1 and 2 were clear, and in round 3 we should have started with mud. So mud will slow us down significantly. So there's a lot of things that you can't do in mud that you could do in clear. Second mistake, the second weather effect that we need to take into account is winter, where the tide really turns towards Russia, especially with the big winter coming up. That's our reminder for the big winter coming up. So we're going to start taking mud into account. That was one of our mistakes. The other mistake that we made was we weren't using the Soviet combat results table. We were always using the Axis one. So now we're going to correct that and start on the Soviets' turn, start using the correct combat table. As well as we never did use blitz nor shock. So the Soviets, I think during winter, get a certain number of shocks, and the Axis get a certain number of blitz, I believe, during clear and mud. So we're going to start taking those into account, start using cards a little more, and just enriching our game some. So we got 3 units coming in this turn. Definitely going to use one of these guys. Putting him right here. He's going to be able to assist with some attacks. So this is a city. We can do adjacent to the city according to that. That's going to be our supply. 1, 2, 3. We're in supply. We're good. He's in supply. So we got 2 more units. One is this guy. Not convinced that I want to put him here, especially when it's 4 against 4. I think that he is going to go... no, I think we're going to use this unit here, and we can place it adjacent to a city. So we're going to put it here, adjacent to the city, and that's going to sort of offset some of this power here. And then lastly, we have a Moscow unit. Moscow unit, you know, he's going to have to go up here. This guy is in trouble big time. Can't put it in an enemy zone of control, so we're just going to move it over here 1. And I think that's going to be great placement for him, especially with all the trouble going on over here. If this guy can hold out long enough, I think we can get the replacement in. And we have 2 fortified units. I think that's going to be a great thing for us in the upcoming combat. So let's do some combat, shall we? Now I do have a destroyed unit. I'm going to have to get a card and ditch it to get this guy in the action. Let's see, 2 supplied Soviet units, rail movement box. I wanted to keep that one. 1 extra step, no. I don't want to use this DREX. I'm having a problem. Yeah, I'm having a problem getting rid of cards. I'm going to discard. We're going to go down here and take care of this first. So I'm going to discard this one. I don't think that's very useful for us. And bring in this unit here. Now he's fresh out of the destroyed units box. So so he's going to get a not be able to fight. But I think he'll be good for. I think it'd be good just to sit here for a next round. So let's go ahead and do some battles, shall we? So I need to get these units out of the way. Alright, so that's 4, 3, so it's 4, 7, 10. He can't do battle. 10 versus... I don't know. What do we want to hit? I assume we want to hit the 4, 4. We could do that. It's only going to be a 2-1, but whatever. So we'll put a combat marker on him. So I'm going to be attacking this guy. So I'm declaring an attack here for this guy, this mainstay here. We're going all 10 versus 4. That's a 2-1. He is not in a city. We're not doing crossing over water. This guy is, but not all of them. So we're going to go ahead and do 2-1. So that's a straight 2-1. We're going to use a Soviet combat table this time, my friends. I learned my lesson. So here we go, 2-1, no shift. So let's get a dice. Roll it around and see what we got. We got a 3. So we got a 3, so that is going to be an EX, or exchange. Both sides lose 1 step. Neither side retreats nor advances. Alright, so both sides lose 1 step. Did I have a card to negate some of that garbage? No, I got a DR for an EX. I think that's going to be bad for me because I don't have another step. So actually just sort of toasted myself. I think all 3 of these are going to have to go into the destroyed units box because they can't. So he's going to have to flip. I think I just totally hosed myself, which is unfortunate, since nobody really won. Nobody really moves either, so I just sort of demolished him, I guess. I can move this guy, but I can't move him into an enemy zone of control in supply, so I just screwed that up pretty hard, apparently. So that means I'm going to have to flip the attack marker on this guy and do a counter blow, which means he's going to attack me on his next attack round. I could put it on the 4-3. That makes sense because a 4 is better than 3. However, that's a tank. He's going to get a shift right bonus attacking infantry, but not attacking a tank. So let's eliminate his shift right bonus and force him to attack this 3-3 unit here on his next attack phase. And that resolves my attack on this. Now I can move into a city. Go ahead and just move this guy into the city for now. Just to make sure he doesn't just march right through and come in there and take it over. That's a real possibility, as well as we still have this vulnerable city down here that he could take over. He's already taken over 3 and gotten 3 victory points, so sort of need to watch out for this. I think we would be beneficial to get him and move him 1 to the mud. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. We can't move more than 3 in mud, but we can move 3, so yeah, let's go 1, 2, 3. I think that'd be alright. Just sit in the city here for now. Alright, so let's deal with this up here. I do want to deal with the 7.6 Panzer. I'm not sure I can move once I'm in an enemy zone of control. That is nice sitting in a city. That sort of gives me a nice advantage, especially being a tank. I don't really want to use him. Let's keep his advantages. I do want to use him and 1, 2, 3 him and 1 him. Let's go ahead and attack this Panzer. We got 2, 7, 11 to 6. Oh man. Nah, let's go ahead and do this guy to 2. So that's 7, 11, 16 to 6, which is a 2 to 1. We do not get a shift. So we are attacking into... That's a shift left for attacking into grass, into the forest. So still going to be a shift left, but I still want to do it. So let's go for it. 2 to 1, shift left, go. So we have a 2 to 1 shifted left because we're attacking into a forest. We're doing a 3-2. Let's put in the dice, give it a roll, see what happens. Oh crap, we got a 1. A 1 is a counterattack. That's our first issue we've ever had with a counterattack. Counterattack. The Fender may launch an immediate counterattack. Recompute the odds. No terrain modifiers. We didn't really have any terrain modifiers anyway, so let's see what happens. So he gets an immediate counterattack. I'm assuming we get to choose the unit. Now, you remember we're in mud. Mud stops the advantages that a tank has. So if you look on the rule sheet, you'll see mud weather did shift for the armor. It says no. So he loses his advantage of being a tank in mud. So that means that we could have him attack this guy and he would not get his shift right. What I'm worried, if I make him attack this guy and he wins, even though he doesn't get to move into after advance in mud, after attacks in mud, he still leaves the city open, and we have a major problem. So we're going to say attack him. It's still going to be 2-to-1. We have no terrain modifiers because it's a counterattack. So this is going to be raw. We're going to go raw 2-to-1. Let's go over here. Let's see what we get. Raw 2-to-1. We got a 4. 4 is going to be Defender Retreat. I do have a Defender Retreat card. So that's play at the commitment step of the Axis combat phase. So I can't use it. That sucks. So I'm going to have to retreat. Let's see, what are we going to do? I lost. I'm going to have to retreat. I assume I'm just going to go over here. I get 2. I'm going to go over here and to here. And that way I'm sitting in a city. So I retreated, but I got into a city at least. So whatever. So we need to fix Leningrad up here. We have a serious problem. If he comes here, he's going to cut off our supply. So let's do that. That's 2 movement points. This has 1, 1, 2. That's going to be all 3 of my movement points. I only had a max of 3 anyway. So that is going to be 3, 5, 10. It's a 2-to-1. 1 shift for attacking into a forest. 2-to-1 left shift on the Soviet combat table. Let's go with this, guys. See what happens. Wish me luck, man, because this is really not working out for me today. Got a 2-to-1. I got a left shift. This card stock is not very friendly for shifting. Alright, pray for me. Oh! 6. Defender Retreat. So he has to retreat 2 hexes. So he can't retreat here or here. He's going to go 1, 2, and knocked him out. Knocked him out nice. Knocked him out real nice. So we got 2 fortifications. We could flip him if he had not attacked. I don't think you can attack and take another action. But for 1 card, we can flip one of these guys to the other side, which is really nice. That's a 5 defense. That's huge. That's huge compared to a 3, especially for this key victory point square. So we're going to do that next time. I think that's going to wrap it up. We really had a bad round. Let's see what happens for the Germans. As they say in Game of Thrones, winter is coming. It's time for winter, guys. That's going to be a huge advantage to Soviets. Massive advantage to Soviets. November, December. What kind of benefits do you ask? Well, during snow game turns, the Germans now use the Soviet combat table. In the first turn, shock markers, which we get 2 on the Soviets, provide 2 shifts to the right. Wow. Nobody can move more than 4 movement points. Rivers have no more effect for combat. This is going to be sweet. Armor bonus. Armors cannot multi-advance. Wow. All non-finished Axis attacks against Russian units suffer 1 combat shift left inside of Russia. This is going to be huge. This is going to be huge. This thing ends on round 5 for the campaign, not for the campaign, for the basic mission. And that means if the Germans can't get enough victory points by the time the next round ends, the Soviets automatically win. And they get a ton of reinforcements coming in too on turn 5. This is going to be to the wire, my friends, to the wire. It's a German's turn. It's snowing. Oh, it's December. And I know what you're saying. I know what you're yelling at your screen right now. You need to upgrade that unit, but turn 1 through 4, we can't upgrade units. Turn 1 to 4, we can't. No Axis replacements. During turn 1 to 4, the Axis cannot discard cards and replace or improve. Oh! That's dooming the Germans. That's dooming the Axis. And it is a Merry Christmas indeed. We got a wide open city. We got a victory point city. We got a wide open city and another wide open city. It's a German Christmas, my friends. It's a German Christmas. But it's winter. We get a max of 4 movement points. We get no tank advantages. We get no river defense advantages. We're going to have to go for the obvious move, which is to pass through this city and take it. And passing through the city and just taking it. He gets 3. That is going to be a 1. Where's my movement? Where's my movement chart? That's going to be a city. It's just going to be 1. Okay. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. I want to attack him. I don't want to attack him with a 2 to 3. Oh, that's going to be bad. Into a city? I don't know, man. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to bring in some more guys. I can't upgrade this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd like to get down here and just take this, but he's blocking it. And this is going to go 1, 2, 3. So when I set up to go down here and grab that, so we took that. We now have a nice juicy supply route. We're going for it. We're going 5 to 3. That's a 1 to 1 with a left shift. This is going to be painful. This is going to be really painful. Do I have any cards? Let's see what we have on the card front. Alright, so I know I'm keeping these 2 for the Germans. Receive 1 replacement step even when prohibited. I'm playing that now, man. I'm playing that right now. We're going to flip this guy to the 4-4 side. That's huge. That's huge. I'm keeping that one. And I'm keeping this one. You receive the armor combat shift even when attacking Soviet armor. That's real nice. Lasts for the whole combat phase. Keeping that one. Let's draw up 4. See what we got. Let's see. We got all Soviet attacks suffer 1 column shift penalty. Ooh. Nice. Look at this draw, man. Must eliminate 1 step from 2 supplied units. Oh, okay. Let's see. Choose any of the combat. Oh, reroll. And Soviet player must initiate at least 4 attacks of any type during its combat phase. Really? Nice. This is a nice draw. This is a really nice draw. Alright, so we got our shift. Keeping that. Keeping these. So we have the Soviets over here. Move that away for just a minute. Okay, so let's go ahead and resolve this. We have a 6 to 3. That's a 2 to 1 straight. Going over here to the Axis. So we got a 2 to 1 left shift. Let's go. So we got a 2 to 1 left shift going with a 3-2. Let's see what we got here. We rolled a 4. The 4 is going to be an exchange. Let's see. Exchange. Both sides lose 1 step. Neither side retreats nor advances. So a straight exchange is going to be 1 step here, 1 step there. So that's a 1-step unit. So he is destroyed, right? Okay, he is a one-step unit, so he is destroyed as well for an exchange. Ooh, that hurt. That hurt real bad. That leaves my city, that leaves the Soviet city open. He wasn't involved into the attack, and he gets 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, and now we have now taken that city as well. That's huge. That just leaves us wide open. That's wide open. That is wide open. We're going to have a real problem on the Soviet side coming really fast. They could lose this just because just a city loss, because you have, again, you literally have a German Christmas over here. So let's go to the next battle. And the next battle over here, we have a forced attack of the Panzer against that. Let's see, can we add anything to that? No, we can't. We are completely surrounded at this point. I'd like to attack him and, well, no, I just used this guy. I'd like to use all of these to attack him, but the forced combat means I'm going to have to attack him, and I really don't have any help, so it's a 2-to-1. So let's go ahead and do the straight 2-to-1. I do not get the advantage. Do not get that advantage. I wouldn't get it anyway as a tank, but because it's winter. Attacking into a clear hex. Let's go 2-to-1. No shift. So let's go over here. Got our 2-to-1 column with no shift. Let's see what happens. Rolled a 2. I got a 2. It's a counter blow. So let's see. So counter blow. Flip target marker on his counter blow side and put 1 on the phasing attacking unit's hex. So we're going to get this. We're going to flip it to the counter blow side, and this resolves next round. Oh, that hurts. So that completely eliminates him? So you're just going to attack back and forth? So he's done? He's done with a forced attack next round. Well, okay. So let's go ahead and attack here with these. That's a 2-to-1. We're going to attack that. Let's declare our attack. So we have a 2-to-1. Straight, right? Clear hex? Yes. 2-to-1. Alright, let's go over here. 2-to-1. For the Germans, we rolled a 2. A 2 is going to be a counter blow. Again? Okay. That's going to take effect next round. Well, alright then. This is a really fast German turn. Let's see. Over here, we got this guy. Could do an 11-to-5. Could do a nice 2-to-1 on this guy into a city. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt real bad. I'm tempted to skip around and do this guy. 2-to-1. That's still a 2-to-1. So we got 4 movement. 1, 2, 3. Could take this victory point city immediately. I think that's going to be a nice idea. Let's go ahead and I said 3, 4, 5. Nice victory point because we passed through here. We got here and here. And that screws supply. Well, they still got supply from here. If I can march up here, that'll screw their supply. It's nice. Leave the Panzer here. I'm going to attack this guy with... no, I'm going to attack the city with everything. So that's 10, that's 17-to-5. That's a 3-to-1. That's a 3-to-1. That is a pain locker. That is a hurt locker. 3-to-1. Wow. That's huge. Alright, let's go 3-to-1 raw. No, 3-to-1 to left shift because of the city. 3-to-1 left shift. Forget about the city. Got a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a defender retreats. And the defender is going to retreat out of the city, which is nice for us. Move my freaking camera. Defender retreats. Needed to retreat 2 hexes. Can't retreat into a zone of control. Gonna have to retreat left 1, 2. Ooh, that's unfortunate, because that blows me out of supply. Where's my out of supply? Is that low supply? I think. No zone of control. Right. Where's low supply? Anyway, we're out of supply. Oh, that is really unfortunate. We are out of supply. Well, no, they haven't taken this yet. What are we doing? We're not out of supply yet. We're about to be. They haven't taken this, so you don't get move. You don't get move after. You don't get stops advance. Stops advance snowy weather, no, but +1 armor advance. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, so we get advance after combat. So we can move here. We can move there, and now we take it, and now that knocks him. Sorry for the confusion. Now that knocks him out of supply. I don't see anything to supply him. That's unfortunate for him. Good for us. So this is looking nice for the Germans, I think. I think we may be able to pull this off. Let's see. Okay, for the Germans, this has become a crap show. It's become a crap show. We got fortified units, and a big 5-3 unit. If I march in here and declare an attack against this Victory Point city, the Russians will immediately counter blow here and here, forcing me on 1-to-1 attacks on 3 units. It's going to be a 3 versus a 5, a 3 versus a 2, a 5 versus a 3. It's going to go terrible. It's going to go terrible. It's going to be nothing but counter blow, counterattack, counter blow, counterattack all day. So I'm not sure what to do. The only thing I have that's a better option at this point is to attack this lone guy over here, and that's also a pain in the butt, because even though he's alone in here, I get 1 shift left. I don't get my Panzer bonus because of the snow. So this is terrible in every possible way. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm not doing all this up here. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is going to be an 11-2. That's a nice 5-to-1 odd. Nice 5-to-1 odd with a left shift because of the greenery. Let's go 5-to-1 odds. I don't have any cards that are going to be useful here. So it's 5-to-1 with a left shift because of the green. I'm not doing all that garbage up there, I can tell you that now. That's a 4. That is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Defender shattered. Retreats 2 hexes. If not destroyed, place in the shattered box. Alright. And I get a free advance into that greenery. Which is okay. My biggest problem is going to be... My biggest problem is going to be, if I went up here, I'd be out of supply too. These guys are completely out of supply. This is terrible. I'm out of supply on 3 units. This is really bad. I'm going to have to get into a city. Well, I have this city down here. That should do it. Oh, whatever. Okay. So let me stop rambling and show you what I'm going to do. So I declared a unit for him. He's fortified though. So that's defender shattered. Defender shattered. If it's a fort unit, it's an EX result. So that's a downgrade. It's an EX result. That's a downgrade. So, oh no, I did all of these. So that's going to force me to flip all of those. But he does get destroyed. And I do get to move in. I can only have 2. I don't get an extended move. And I am in supply from over here. I was worried about supply, but I got supply. Well, that stunk. I don't get to upgrade either until next turn. So, wide open here, man. Wide open for bad news. So that completes the German round. We got some nice coverage here. Let's go for the Soviets.